Hello, 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 and welcome back, back to our channel, ASMR with Ryan. And if you are new, I hope you enjoy today's video. Today's video is a makeup tutorial, doing my makeup. It was actually a request to go to Walmart and pick out a brand. And I picked out Wet n Wild and e.l.f. And I purchased everything I need to do my makeup, including brushes. I only spent between $50 and $55 on everything. And so let's go ahead and get started. I've already put lotion on my face. I use Neutrogena Healthy Defense with SPF. And then I've already got my eyelashes on. I actually buy my eyelashes and my glue from my 99-cent store. So these are 747 mediums, 99 cents. And then this is the glue, which is called Starlit Dark. So now that we've got all that done, the first thing we're going to start with is our matte primer. I'm just going to put a tiny bit in my hand. Whoa, came out a lot. And you only need a little bit of primer. So I'm just going to dab a little bit on my finger, rub it into my forehead, down my nose, and then down to my chin. I'm making sure I get everything blended in right. A little bit on your cheeks. So I was watching a makeup tutorial for somebody who's a celebrity makeup artist, and she said to always let your lotion dry before you put on your primer, because if you put on your primer, all you're doing is mixing the two together. So we got our primer done. So then the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go in with my highlighter. This is from Wet n Wild. And on one side it's white, and on the other side is black. Oh, and I also forgot to tell you, I only spent between $50 and $55 on everything. So I'm going to go ahead with the concealer part. A little bit down my nose, edge of my eye, and then cross it over. A little down my nose, cross my eye, and a little bit over, just because I have some bags under my eyes. I don't want to cover that up. And then I have a few little blemishes. And I just want to do a quick little white on. So then I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, which is also by Wet n Wild. And I'm just going to go in and start blending really good. Making sure I lift this up. because it gives you more of that elongated face. And then I'm going to put some on my forehead. And then across my eyebrow. So that's where I want the light to hit it. And then I'm going to put a little bit under my chin. And a little bit down my nose. And then I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender and just start blending away. And there we go. So then I'm going to go ahead and put the lid back on this one. And then I'm going to start with the darker side. So I'm just going to put it on my cheekbone. There, oh. And of course under the chin. Okay, and for that, I have a brush to blend everything in. Bring it down till you hit where you got it on your cheek. And then of course the top of your forehead. Under the chin really good. I go a little bit behind the ear, just so I don't have any lines. Okay. Oh, and this brush is from Wet n Wild. It's just got a little, oh, it's super soft. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put on our foundation. Some people like to put concealer over. Some people like to put it under. I guess it's just really your preference. Mine came with a little tool, so I'm just going to go ahead and go here. Smells good. And then this one is also Wet n Wild foundation, Photo Focus. Gonna go in with another Wet n Oh, this is actually an e.l.f. brush. It says powder on it, but I'm using it as my foundation. So we're just gonna go in, blend it into our forehead. I know it seems a little bit white, but the only other color they had was way too dark for my skin. So I figure with powder, I can help lighten it up a little bit. Make sure you get under that chin so you have no lines. I really like to make sure I get into my laugh lines. And then I just need a little bit more on my cheeks. Under the eyes. Oh. Sorry, my nose is a little runny. Under the eye. Make sure it's blended in all the way to your ear. Blend it underneath your chin. And then there we go. So then I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Powder. I actually like this lid sound. I'm going to pour a little bit in here. If it wants to come out. And then I'm going to take my powder brush, which is also an e.l.f. Total Face. Super soft. Super soft. Can you feel how soft it is? Super, super soft. So I'm going to put a little bit of powder. Start with my forehead. A little bit more powder on the nose. Down the chin, under the chin. Since summer started, my allergies have really been in effect. I don't know what I'm allergic to. It wasn't this bad last summer. This summer, my nose is always running. My eyes are always itchy. I take Claritin, but I guess I don't take it regularly enough. Okay, so that's it for the powder. And then, come on. Here we go. And then we have a dual white and brown contour. And actually even gives you a little bit of a detailed on how to do it on the back. And this again is Wet n Wild Contouring Palette. Okay, so now I'm going to take this brush, which is by e.l.f. Flawless Concealer. I'm not using it as a concealer. Oh, my headphone. Let's tuck that back in real quick. So I'm just going to go into the white parts. And then just go in and put a little bit of white. And then blend it. Down the nose. Tip of the nose. Top of the mouth. And then, of course, under the eyes. I will have to say that this makeup has felt good going on my face. It's actually pretty soft, and the brushes are very well made. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with this brush, again, another Wet n Wild. And I'm going to do my darker. Take a little bit off the brush. And now let's blend that in. All underneath the chin. Oops. Forehead. And then there we go. And then the next is going to be a blush. Again, Wet n Wild. Let's put this one away. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my blush brush. Again, this is an e.l.f. Total Face. I like to pat it on it first. So that way I don't get too much pink or too much blush. I do make it go all the way up to my pupils. Or not my pupils, my... What are these called? I don't even remember. So then I'm going to go in and just kind of blend it. And there we go. And then I also have a highlighter, which I forgot to take apart. All the other makeup I took apart except for this one. Okay. I don't know if you could hear that, but I tried. There we go. Oh, now it's stuck on my finger. Let's open this bad boy up. Oh, it's pretty. It's called Wet n Wild Highlighter Powder. So I'm going to take my brush. Again, this is a e.l.f. Flawless Contour, but I'm using it for a highlighter. I'm just going to dab it a little bit on the highlighter. Shake some of it off. And then just put it right here. You can't really see it. A little bit right here. And then we're going to put a little bit on our nose. There we go. And I like to put a little bit above my eyebrow just so it will catch the light. Whoops, sorry. I'm sorry if that was loud. Okay. Now we're going to move on to our eyes. Where's the eyeshadow at? There we go. So before I start on my eyeshadow, I'm going to go ahead and put this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Some people use fans. I just use my hand. Okay. So this is a Wet n Wild palette. We have all these pretty colors. When I was opening it, I got my nail in it. So we're going to be using this color to cover our eye, this color to go in our crease, this to go above our crease, and that to go on our lid. So I'm going to take this brush right here. This is an e.l.f. blending brush. And I'm just going to do a little bit of this brown right here, knock some of it off, and then just go all over my eye. If you guys have any requests on what kind of ASMR or even a mukbang you'd like to see, please leave it in the comments and I will try to accommodate whatever your request is. And then I'm going to go in with this brush, a Wet n Wild. It's just a flat brush. And I'm going to go in with the dark. It doesn't have names on the back. And I'm just going to go inside my crease. Just in a windshield wiper type motion. Just to bring a little more depth to my eye. Okay, and then I'm going to go back with this brush, and I'm going to do this color right here. Tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. And then this is just going to go right over that area. Again with the windshield wiper motion, and then you want it to kind of go out. Do circular motions towards the end so that it gives you more of that elongated like eye look. Tap and tap, tap and tap. Normally I put on my eyeshadow before I put on my eyelashes, but it's working. See, with the concealer, it's all pulling up. And then I'm going to go back in with this brush, wipe it off with all the dark color. And I'm going to take this pink. I'm just going to very carefully put it on my lid. and then go back in with the dark. Just hit that edge of the eye. I'm sorry if my lighting's not very good. And then I'm going to go in with this color right here. Put a little bit, and I'm going to go a little bit under my eye. Wipe that off. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with this white right here. And I'm going to put it underneath my eyebrow. Just to lift it up. And then I like to put a tiny bit on my nose. Go in and blend that white. Take a little bit more white. Okay, and we're going to go back to our highlighter. And we're just going to put a tiny bit on the brush. I'm sorry if my lighting's not that great. Okay. Well, you can see it more on that side. I don't really contour my nose because my nose is already pointy. So now that we're all done with that, we're going to finish off with some mascara. And then, of course, some lip liner. This I got from Wet n Wild. It's called a gel lip liner. Does it say what color it is? Bare to Commit. And then I got these from my 99-cent store. And then this is going to be from Wet n Wild Mega Length. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. And then we're going to put on this color, which is called Max Lip Gloss. Doesn't give me... And then I'm going to put a little bit of the glitters on. Oh, way too much. Go back in, go back in. Go back in, go back in. That smells good. And then, of course, make sure you don't get any on your teeth. And then the last thing is mascara. I do like to put mascara on my own eyelashes. Just helps to blend them all together. And then I'm just going to top it off. A little bit on the top just to make it a little darker. And then just a tiny bit on the bottom. I hate when mascara leaves you that black line under your eye. Okay, and there it is. I actually found their makeup to be quite nice. It's a lot better than when I was in high school. But all in all, I'm actually going to be using some of their products. I really like their lip liner. I like their highlighter. I like their brushes. Their brushes are fantastic. And I like the double-sided concealer. So this is the end look. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And if you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. So then that way you know every time that I'm downloading a new video. I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you guys later.